What if one glittering royal jewel said more about the future of the monarchy than any official announcement ever could? Across Britain, royal watchers have long understood that the jewels worn by senior members of the royal family are never chosen at random. Every tiara carries history, symbolism, and tradition. So when speculation begins about who might one day wear one of the crown's most famous treasures, the legendary Vladimir tiara, it inevitably sparks debate about influence, status, and the future direction of the monarchy. But before we begin, it's important to separate established facts from online speculation. As of today, there has been no official announcement that Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been given the Vladimir tiara, nor has there been any confirmation that Queen Camilla has lost all power. Much of the discussion surrounding these topics comes from royal commentators, fashion experts, and social media conversations rather than official palace statements. Even so, the fascination surrounding Catherine's growing role within the royal family continues to capture worldwide attention. The Vladimir tiara is no ordinary royal accessory. It is one of the most recognizable and historically significant tiaras in the royal collection. Originally created for Grand Duchess Vladimir of Russia, the spectacular piece survived the Russian Revolution before eventually finding its way into the British royal family. Queen Mary acquired the tiara during the early 20th century and cleverly redesigned it so that its hanging pearls could be swapped for emeralds, making it one of the most versatile and valuable tiaras ever worn by a British queen. For decades, the Vladimir tiara became closely associated with Queen Elizabeth II, who wore it at countless state banquets, diplomatic receptions, and official portraits. Its elegant arches and dangling jewels made it instantly recognizable to royal enthusiasts around the globe. Because of that legacy, every discussion about who may eventually wear it carries enormous symbolic weight. Meanwhile, Catherine's own royal journey has steadily transformed over the past decade. When she first joined the royal family after marrying Prince William, she generally wore smaller, less historically significant tiaras during major occasions. One of her best-known pieces remains the Cartier Halo Tiara, worn on her wedding day. As her responsibilities increased, so too did the importance of the jewels entrusted to her. Royal historians often note that the gradual introduction of more prestigious heirloom jewelry reflects increasing trust and responsibility rather than personal preference. Every appearance is carefully coordinated, respecting protocol while reinforcing continuity within the monarchy. That gradual progression has led many royal observers to speculate about what Catherine may wear in the future, as William moves closer to eventually becoming king. At the same time, Queen Camilla occupies a very different position. As queen, Camilla currently performs official engagements alongside King Charles III and has access to numerous pieces from the royal collection for state occasions. Her jewelry choices often reflect her constitutional role rather than personal ownership. Contrary to many sensational headlines circulating online, the royal jewels themselves are generally held in trust for future generations rather than permanently belonging to individual family members. This distinction matters. Receiving permission to wear a particular tiara is not the same as owning it. Instead, senior members of the royal family typically borrow pieces according to tradition, protocol, and the nature of specific events. That reality hasn't stopped endless speculation online. Recent discussions across royal forums suggest that Catherine's increasing prominence naturally raises questions about whether she could eventually wear some of Queen Elizabeth II's most iconic jewels. The Vladimir tiara consistently appears near the top of those conversations. Supporters argue that Catherine's elegant public image, diplomatic experience, and future role as queen consort make her an ideal future wearer of the legendary piece. Others believe that the timing would depend entirely on future reigns and official decisions rather than public expectations. Whatever the outcome, one thing remains undeniable. Catherine's responsibilities have expanded dramatically in recent years. She has represented the monarchy at major ceremonial events, championed early childhood development initiatives, supported military organizations, and carried out numerous engagements both in Britain and overseas. Her calm public demeanor and consistent approach have earned praise from many commentators who see her as an important figure in maintaining stability for the institution. That increasing visibility naturally fuels conversations about symbolism. Royal clothing, brooches, necklaces, and especially tiaras often become visual indicators of changing roles inside the monarchy. History offers many examples. Queen Elizabeth II gradually inherited responsibilities before ascending the throne. Queen Mary likewise introduced younger royal women to increasingly important jewels as their positions evolved. The transition has traditionally been gradual rather than dramatic. Yet headlines often present these developments as dramatic confrontations. Claims that one royal takes something from another, or that another suddenly loses all power, make for eye-catching stories, but rarely reflect the constitutional reality. Within the monarchy, responsibilities evolve over time according to succession, official duties, and the reigning sovereign's decisions, not sudden public contests over jewelry. Even so, symbols matter enormously. A single appearance wearing a famous tiara can dominate international headlines for days. Fashion critics analyze every detail. Royal historians revisit decades of precedent. Social media fills with side-by-side comparisons of previous wearers. The conversation extends far beyond fashion. It becomes a discussion about continuity, leadership, and the monarchy's future. That is precisely why the Vladimir tiara generates such fascination. It represents more than diamonds and pearls. It represents history passing from one generation to the next. Many experts believe Catherine is increasingly being prepared for her future responsibilities alongside Prince William. Her schedule, public profile, and ceremonial role have steadily expanded as the years progress. Those developments have encouraged many observers to imagine how future state banquets and royal occasions could look under a future reign. Would Catherine eventually wear the Vladimir tiara? Would another historic jewel be selected instead? Or would palace tradition surprise everyone once again? No official answer exists today. What does exist is an unmistakable pattern. Each year, Catherine appears more central to the monarchy's public image. Her appearances frequently attract worldwide attention, her charitable initiatives continue to grow, and her role within the institution becomes increasingly significant. Whether discussing diplomacy, ceremonial traditions, or historic royal jewels, one theme continues to emerge. The future generation of the monarchy is steadily stepping forward. And when that future eventually arrives, every appearance, every speech, and yes, even every tiara, will likely be examined for its deeper meaning. The Vladimir tiara may remain one of the greatest unanswered questions among royal enthusiasts, but its enduring mystery only adds to its legendary status. For now, royal watchers continue to wait, watching each state banquet and every formal portrait for the smallest clue about what the next chapter of royal history may reveal. Ultimately, the fascination surrounding the Vladimir tiara is about far more than an extraordinary piece of jewelry. It reflects the public's enduring interest in how the British monarchy balances tradition with change. Every ceremonial appearance, every historic jewel, and every royal engagement invites discussion about continuity and the institution's future. While headlines may portray Catherine's growing prominence as coming at Queen Camilla's expense, the reality is more nuanced. There has been no official confirmation that Catherine has been assigned the Vladimir tiara, or that Queen Camilla has been stripped of authority. Decisions regarding royal duties and the use of historic jewels remain matters of palace protocol and the reigning monarch's discretion. What is clear, however, is that Catherine's role continues to expand as she prepares for the responsibilities that may one day come with becoming queen consort. Her increasing presence at major events and her commitment to public service have made her one of the most closely watched members of the royal family. Whether the Vladimir tiara eventually graces Catherine's head or remains reserved for another occasion, it will symbolize not victory over another royal, but the continuation of a centuries-old tradition. Until then, royal observers around the world will continue watching every state banquet and official portrait for the next chapter in this remarkable royal story.